If there are no further questions, I'm gonna go.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but going to bed ravenously hungry is not a prerequisite for weight loss. I would argue if your hunger is interrupting your sleep at night, then it's going to potentially derail your weight loss efforts by messing with your cortisol and hunger and satiety hormones throughout the day. Persistent hunger is a setup for a binge. It is not a sustainable weight loss solution because it will always backfire. So if your nutritionist is insisting that you feel gnawing hunger in order to lose weight, run to like anybody else.
Abby and I have been following each other for a good amount of time, and I agree with pretty much everything she says. Every now and then there's something that I'm like, I don't disagree with, but we have different views on. So I thought I'd add my 2 cents. I agree with everything here, although I think that there are 2 sides. There's the one that Abby's talking about where people think that they have to be absolutely starving in order to lose weight, and then there's the other side that thinks that they need to be absolutely satiated all the time, or they're gonna be in starvation mode or something ridiculous like that. But in reality, you should be somewhere in the middle. For example, say you're 200 pounds and you have 50 pounds of fat to lose. Once you start losing weight, you'll quickly realize why you were 200 pounds in the first place. People eat and eat and eat, and they don't actually realize when they're full. When starting a calorie deficit, you should be a little bit hungry. I'm talking could go for a snack, but probably shouldn't kind of hungry. You should not be so hungry that you don't eat for 8 hours and then you come home and tear through your kitchen like a ravenous raccoon. That's not what I'm talking about. But the definition of a calorie deficit is that you're eating less calories than it takes to maintain your current body composition. So if you're eating less calories than it takes to maintain, you should be a little bit hungry. And I think that's what the girl in the original video Abby stitched probably meant. But then again, I haven't watched any of her content. I have no idea who she is. Who knows? But what I do know is that people can't be trusted. They have no idea what they're eating. They have no idea what a carb, a protein, a fat is. We can't be over here telling people that they should always be full because they'll be full and then some. So when creating a calorie deficit to lose fat, you should be a little bit hungry and you should eat high volume foods in order to minimize that. But you should never be so starving that it keeps you up at night or affects your energy during the day. Of course, the deeper the deficit, the less energy you'll have. That's just normal, but don't go to extremes. That's what we're talking about here. Basically, just use your heads. And if you don't want to use yours, use mine because I went through all the schooling and education so you don't have to. Let me know how I can help.